Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome once again, film fans, to another quick shot review for Cheap Shot Entertainment. As ever, I am your host, Luke, and this podcast is going to let me talk about my thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, James Gunn back in the director's chair after a protest from the actors and actresses who made the Guardians of the Galaxy series a must-see. It's not usual these days that you get a trilogy that's actually decent, but I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy is one of those. Now, this film, to me, and some people have said that this film is 10 out of 10. I don't agree, but that is my opinion, and I'm hopefully going to get those thoughts across to you during the main part of the podcast, which I hope you join me for. Guardians of the Galaxy is once again a James Gunn film made famous by the Guardians of the Galaxy series, and generally being a very, very good director with quirky, funny bits and major serious bits in all of his films, including, and now he's crossed the two major comic book series, including the newer version of the Suicide Squad, which is absolutely amazing. And let's not forget Peacemaker, the TV show that appeared on Sky. Other streaming services are available. James Gunn is a fabulous director. However, being fired and then rehired for this film, I feel made it quite difficult for him to make the trilogy work. And the bitting and bobbing, toing and froing from serious to funny in this film, it doesn't work for me. It's not what I've come to expect from a Guardians of the Galaxy film. So that is my immediate thoughts. So let's get down to the meat on the bones. So it's 2.5 hours long. It's a 12, so definitely it's not a 12A. It's not, you don't have it. It's not a film that is suggested as a 12. It is a 12. So we're bordering on the lines of darker territory here, with it being a 12 rating. So younger viewers who are getting into Marvel and watching Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's a bit more light-hearted, cannot go to the cinema to see this film. And therein lies the issue, because yes, comic books are quite dark, but comic book movies really should be all-encompassing. They should be accessible to all. Eventually kids are going to watch this film, but it's more for, again, the shock value of those juxtapositions, the cutaways with regard to Rocket Raccoon, who plays a major part in the story of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because basically the whole plot revolves around Rocket Raccoon. They're still reeling from the loss of Gamora, who is now part of the pirates, the space pirates. Peter Quill rallies his team to defend the universe and one of their own, a mission that could mean the end of the Guardians if not successful. So that's the description. It's pretty accurate, but it's not quite that simple, because it is, like I say, for me, it was based more around Rocket Raccoon and what he went through in his life, how he became the talking raccoon in the first place, and those bits are incredibly dark. It involves lab animals and experiments and a ultimate villain that just wants to make everything perfect, and in their mind, this is the way to do it. So you see animals becoming friends because they can talk to each other, and it's just, that bit is proper weird. It's quite heartwarming in a weird way, but for me it didn't work. Again, I'm not familiar with the comic books. Maybe this is big part of the comic books, I don't know. But on film, just have the Guardians saving the galaxy. Just, that's it. That's all you need. Of course, it stars Chris Pratt again, and a standout performance by Chukwudi Iwuji, who plays the High Evolutionary, the main antagonist of the piece, the one that wants to make everything perfect. Bradley Cooper, voice of Rocket Raccoon, Pom Clementif playing Mantis, of course Dave Bautista, absolutely brilliant, possibly the best, not even possibly the best part of the film. Dave Bautista is the best part of this film. He still manages to play this lovable giant lug character known as Drax the Destroyer. He brings everything to this role that you don't expect of someone called Drax the Destroyer. He delivers one-liners absolutely perfectly, and he is both the comic relief and pretty much the hero of this film, in my opinion. Overall, there wasn't much of the, there wasn't much of Peter in this one, the Star-Lord. And there was a lot of scenes where, obviously, we know why he eventually became Star-Lord, because his mum died, he ran away at quite a young age, etc., etc. There was some juxtapositions to this, there was some cutaways to this, but it, like I say, it focused all on Rocket Raccoon, and I feel like, obviously, the Peter Quill stuff had been done in previous films, but I feel like there was a bit more to this. It didn't just need to centre around one character. Obviously, they can't do too much, but that is where it kind of fell down for me. And then you've obviously got Vin Diesel with doing the voice of Groot. He literally got paid millions to say, "I am Groot." Karen Gillan playing Nebula, and quite a few others in the ranks that are, really, really good, including Will Poulter, who plays Adam Warlock. Very, very good. So, yeah, I really, really wanted to like this film. Really did. James Gunn, love his films. Guardians of the Galaxy, absolutely fantastic. But I can't put my finger on it. It just didn't sit with me. It was boring. Dare I say, the only franchise in Marvel that is not boring was boring. And it's better than some of the recent releases, definitely. Because Marvel are just not hitting the nail on the head at the moment. They're just putting too much into it. And whilst it is heartfelt and incredibly well made, it just seems like Marvel was desperate for a hit. And it's just, oh yeah, we'll just bang that in the cinema and people will go to it. And it's true. The film, the showing I went to was absolutely packed. So they've made their money on this film. They don't, it's getting to that point now where, oh look, it's another Marvel movie. People will go and see it. They don't even, I mean, they do put effort behind it, but not enough to make it worth watching, in my opinion. Now, like I say, a lot of people have given this a perfect score, and I feel like it was lazy. You know, it was one shot too many for Guardians of the Galaxy. They're just trying to capture that team ethic that they lost with the Avengers when that film, you know, when that series ended. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're on seeking to do another one of those, to be honest. But yes, they have not been on point for me very recently of Marvel and Disney. So, yeah, that's me. Anyway, if you do want to go and see this film, if you haven't already seen it, do go and watch it. Give your money to the cinema. Support cinema, support Hollywood, because that is the only way we'll get fantastic films like Renfield, because that film is great. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let us know if you've seen the film. Let us know your thoughts on the film, and hopefully we can get a discussion going that will help us decide whether this film is good or not. I'm not convinced. But there you go. That is me. Anyway, I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.